Hi, I'm Zhenya and this is Zhenya's Kitchen. Today we've got some baby bella mushrooms and pie crust, which in this house means the mushroom quiche is for dinner. So I've got eggs, different cheeses, onion, milk, I have some spices. We're gonna start with mushrooms. So what you want to do is you want to soak those mushrooms in water and rinse them in the running water because there is a lot of dirt on them. So I'm gonna start with this, and then we're gonna move on to chopping. So I washed all the mushrooms and nice and clean and a little wet. We can drain some excess liquid. And here's my onion, just a medium-sized onion. And I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do because I don't want to chop the whole time. But you want to do onion as little as you can. If you want, you can shred it actually. And remember, if you've got a husband that has a free hand, ask him to chop your onion. So this is what you're looking at for onion. The smaller pieces, okay? And then you got a mushroom. You can use white mushrooms. I just happen to get baby bella mushrooms. You can use a giant portobello, it just takes a lot more washing. So I usually take out the stem and I slice it in half and I just chop it. And remember, what happens to the mushroom while it cooks, it's gonna lose some liquids. At some point it's gonna look like almost a soup, but then all that liquid will evaporate really quickly and the mushrooms will shrink. And then you take the cap and you can just slice it. You have this pretty gorgeous mushroom slices. All right, so I'm gonna work on all this and I'll meet you at the frying pan. I turned on the oven at 350 and it's getting warm. I put on the pan on a little bit above medium heat, and now I'm gonna take my fancy olive oil bottle and put some olive oil in it and let it warm up. All the onions and mushrooms are chopped and ready to go. Now I'm gonna do the egg mixture while it's all warming up. Since I have a deep dish pie crust, I'm gonna use 5 eggs. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, whoops, and a 5. Now I'm gonna wash my hands. I'll be right back. Hands are all clean. Let's move on with the egg. I'm gonna put a splash of milk, I would say tablespoon to tablespoon and a half. Next I'm gonna put about a teaspoon of salt. There we are. About a half a teaspoon of pepper. About the same amount of garlic powder. Alright. And now I have 2 different cheeses. I'm actually gonna just mix mozzarella with it. It's about like a third of a cup. Is a good amount. There we are. This is what it looks like. And now I'm gonna whisk it. You can use a little whisk or you can just use a fork. Make sure it's a comfortable fork. So when you mix the cheese with the egg, it will just make it so creamy and delicious after you bake it. It will not be just like, one of those baked eggs. It'll be yummy. Okay, this is where we are. The lovely egg. And we're gonna mix it just a little bit more right before we put it in the pie crust. So I think the oil is nice and hot. Let's dump it. All right. So I'm going to cook this for about 5 to 7 minutes. What you're looking for is you're looking for the mushrooms to loosen that juice and for that juice mostly to evaporate and the mushrooms to shrink a little bit and your onions will get translucent. Also, We're gonna put about a half a teaspoon of salt here, about the same amount of pepper. Can go wrong with a little pepper and salt. I'm gonna cook this and I'll be back with you when it's nice and deliciously almost ready. Check out these mushrooms and onions. The onion is translucent, the mushrooms all nice and cooked. See, there's a little bit of liquid still, but it's okay. So we're gonna take the deep dish pie crust, just dump it out. No. Dump it out. Don't do it on yourself like I just did. There's an onion flew somewhere. Alright. Take all this yumminess. And I follow the direction on the pie crust packaging. It says to keep it frozen, so I did. I just took it out before we're starting to cook. You can pre-cook it if you want. I know people do that. Don't forget to put like something down, like beans on it, dry beans, so you can keep it down. All right. So all the mushrooms and onions are in here. Let's put the egg on it with cheese. There we go. Usually for deep dish with having something underneath, 5 eggs is a good ratio. And then make sure it's all in there. And I'll have some cheddar jack cheese. You can put any other cheese you want. You can put any other cheese inside and outside. We like cheese. And I'm gonna take some of it, just about a 1/4 cup, and just sprinkle it. And just make it more delicious. As I promised, I timed the quiche. It took exactly 40 minutes at 350 degrees. But still, you know, check and everything. I took it out about probably 2 or 3 minutes ago, so it's not as piping hot. And I'm gonna slice a piece and I'm gonna try it. Look at this gorgeousness before I really got into it. It is so yummy looking. Yeah, I'm ready for this. So I'm gonna cut in. There we go. Hot. See that steam? I do. Okay. I usually always cut it in 6 pieces. Unless we have a lot of company and I make a lot of different ones, people want to taste different ones. A fancy pie slice thingy. It's a shoe. I love it. Let's get a piece. There we go. And with my luck, most of the crust stays on the bottom, so I'll just get it. Okay, it's fighting me right now. Okay, I'm gonna give up right now. Very good. Falling apart. Let's get a good bite. Cheese on the top, it's gooey. Put a little crust to it, just a little piece of crust. All right, mushroom, onion, egg, cheese, a little piece of crust. There we go. Probably super hot. It tastes delicious. The crust. You can taste the mushrooms, you can taste the onion, the egg is delicious, the cheesiness, the egg is really tender inside because of all the cheese I put inside. This is good. This is dinner tonight. I'm Zhenya, and this is Zhenya's Kitchen. This is my take on mushroom and onion quiche.